Riders. I'm just here with a little session to talk to you a little bit about your bike and getting you ready for the Iron Horse, which is only about 7 weeks away. So anyway, you want to make sure your bike's in good shape. One thing I'd recommend that you might do is to take it in and get it serviced right now, because the closer you get to the Iron Horse, the harder it's going to be to get it in and get serviced. I've heard of people being 2 weeks out as it gets closer. So if you want to get it serviced, get it into your favorite bike shop right away. Okay, first thing I just want to talk about is the bike frame. I'm sure that all of you have your bikes already, and you've probably got the frame size to your body size. But anyway, there's just different types of frames, just for your information. You know, a lot of them are aluminum type frames or an alloy type frame. Kind of the standard that you want to get sometimes is a carbon frame, just because they're a lot lighter. And when you're going up Coal Bank, you want the least amount of weight as possible. So anyway, that's a little bit about the bike frame. Next, I just want to mention a little bit about the components. It's really important to keep your components clean, your chain and your sprocket and all that sort of thing. So every now and then what I like to do, I use this Simple Green, and it says non-toxic, biodegradable formula. So it's really nice to use for the environment there. Okay, and just spray everything down real well. Get it nice and clean, like that. And you can usually get yourself some little brushes and brush everything all out here and get all that crud off. A lot of crud builds around these sprockets down in here. And you want to get all that off and keep your chain clean. Now also, I got a chain cleaner here, and you fill that full of Simple Green, and it's really slick to use. You can just put it right on there on your chain like that, and just run your chain around and keep running it to get it pretty clean. One of the reasons it's important to keep your chain clean and lubed is because as you're riding, it builds up the grease or the dirt, and it acts like an abrasive compound, and it'll wear your chain out faster as you use it. So it's really good to keep that clean, and you want to oil your chain fairly often. How I like to oil my chain, and just get some simple lube, get your favorite kind at the bike store. And what I like to do is to put a lot on. I'll come up here and just kind of put a whole bunch on like this, then rotate it, then do it again until I get the whole chain well lubed. Then I like to just take and get all that excess lube off. Just put the rag on there and just run it and get all that excess lube off. Okay. I might mention something about if you have a used bike that you bought it used and it's a good bike and everything, that the more miles you get on the bike, the more your components will wear. I have a lot of miles on this bike, you know, thousands and thousands of miles, and stuff does wear out. And one of the things that will wear out that will cause it not to shift right is the chain. This chain will stretch after a long period of time, and your favorite gears in the back here will wear out. So it was a while ago that I had to replace this rear sprocket and replace this chain, and then of course it went back to shifting real nice again. You want your bike to shift really well, especially when you're climbing. When you're shifting and downshifting and upshifting, you want it to be nice and smooth. So you want to make sure all your components are working properly. The next thing I wanted to mention was just a little bit about your tires. Make sure, every so often you have to get some new tires. And these tires here are starting to wear a little bit flat. And that's one way to tell how worn your tire is. So that when this gets really flat here, it gets down in there, you think, oh man, this is kind of getting worn. It might be time to get some new tires. Sometimes tires will also get badly weather checked and that sort of thing, and that might be time to get a new tire. Also, I like to, this is just my preference, you can do whatever you want, but I like to keep about 100 pounds in my tires. And the reason being, I used to keep less pressure in there, and I was coming from Purgatory, coming down the mountain, and I don't know what I hit. I could have hit a pothole or maybe a stick, but anyway, I hit it hard enough that the rim punctured 2 little holes in the tube, which I call a snake bite. So anyway, I like to keep it a little more air in my tires, just so if it hits hard, you know, it gives a little more buffer there and doesn't give that little snake bite. So that's all it on the tires and the components. Next, I just wanted to mention a few things about sizing. And again, it's best to go into a shop and have somebody size it for you. But if you're like me and you just want to do it yourself, these are just a few little guidelines that I try to go by. Wait, let's see. Let me back up here. So when you adjust your frame, there's several things that you can do. Okay, one is your seat post height here. You can adjust that. And then your seat here, you can move in and out. And then you can also get different lengths of stems here for your bike, just like this one here. And so anyway, you can buy these online. You can get them at different angles and different lengths. So sometimes it's nice to shorten things up a little bit. I like to ride a little bit shorter this way. I know the farther out you are, the more aerodynamic you can be, but I just feel like I'm more comfortable and more control and everything when it's kind of nice, a little bit uptight there. So, adjusting, the first thing you'd adjust is your seat post height. So, what you want to do there is get on your bike, and you want to get this straight up and down, put your heel on that right there. Now when you're sitting comfortably on your seat where you're going to be riding, your legs should be relatively straight with your heel on that there. So that would be your first adjustment on your seat post height. The second is going to be whether your seat goes forward or back. And roughly to adjust that, I've done a few things here, see if I can do this by myself. It needs to be in the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position, about right there. Okay, you can see on my shoe, I put a piece of tape and a line. That line lines up with the center of my ball foot or the cleat, the center of the cleat on my shoe. Okay? Next, if I can grab this thing here. Next, you take a plumb bob and you hang it off your knee about right there. And I can't tell where it's at, but it should be roughly close to that line. And as you hold your plumb bob right there. Okay. Well, I think that's all I was just going to say basically about the bike. Next session, I'll talk a little bit about, you know, clothing, what to wear, what to take, and that sort of thing on your bike. So my thought is that, you know, one is get out there and ride and have fun. And if you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, like maybe in your hips, or maybe your knees are bothering you, or your shoulders are bothering you, that's a possibility that you might need to adjust something on your bike. Sometimes when you first start out, you know, you might just be a little bit sore in those areas. That's okay. But, you know, you might want to see about getting something adjusted. There's one adjustment I forgot that I'm going to add, and that is when you're in your bike position where you're riding, this here should be roughly about 90 degrees, and this should be about 45 degrees, I think. No, those are just rough. They're not critical or anything, but just one more little guideline there. Okay. Lastly, I want to lead with you the camp Bible verse, which is Isaiah 40:30. Yet those who wait on the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings as eagles. They will run and not grow weary, and they will ride their bikes and not faint. That's my paraphrase. Have a great day.